All right, today we're talking about concrete planters and how to make them look really pretty with acid stain. It's a great technique. We use it to save a lot of money. We're outfitting the Grassland Gardens with some large pots, some small pots. These little medium concrete, they're pretty heavy. They're about 125 pounds a piece. Pretty bland as concrete. They gray out, but you can do something really easily. We just use a stone tone. It's an acid stain like you would use for a concrete floor. Mix it 1 part water into a spray bottle with 1 part acid. Just a 1-to-1 ratio. Look, if you're a little off, it's not gonna matter. You just wanna get that stain. The most important thing is what I'm doing right now. This is acid, and it's gonna burn you if it gets on you. So you definitely wanna wear some gloves for protection, and I'll put them on here. And then also, the second thing is make sure you have some eye protection. It's just a lot easier. What I have here, just to let you know again, I've got the acid stain mixed up, pre-mixed, 1-to-1 ratio. I have water here, but in that water, I put about 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of baking soda, and that's gonna stop the acid once we do it. And I'll show you how that works. And then last but not least, I have this little paintbrush, and that's just to kind of work the acid into the concrete as you go. So we're gonna start. I'm just gonna work this. I'm gonna move this a little out of the way. I'm not gonna tell you we haven't had an accident or two doing this, so you wanna have things out of the way. So I just start, shake it up a little bit, and I'm just gonna go around here and I'm gonna start spraying. And it's gonna look really weird in the beginning. You're gonna see it here. And you just wanna spray it liberally and fast. You can see I'm just working my way around. I like to get inside the pot a little. By the end of it, it'll have the whole inside done, but you wanna make sure to at least have the first few inches. That way you're not gonna see anything when you have your planters in. So I sprayed that a little bit, and I'll just keep working down. And this is what that paintbrush is for. As you can see, I'm working around now. I've sprayed it. I'm just getting that brush in. Some of this pooling actually will leave some neat colors, so don't worry too much about it. This is heavy, so if I turn it on its side, I'm gonna get these drips just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back to spraying. If you don't turn this around like that, you're not gonna get all the areas. Again, it all turns out really neat. You're gonna have different colors. You'll see the finished product here. You saw it at the intro, how it works out. And then once you put a clear coat on them, it's really good. The most important part of this process is to be very liberal with the spray, even if it decides to stick a little. And then just use that brush and get it in everywhere. You can see I'm getting in all the little cracks. Try to avoid any large runs, but again, if it happens, it's just gonna add some depth to the piece overall. All right, I've sprayed, turned it upside down, turned it inside out. You just want to make sure you get everything. Just keep going over it. Again, get all those little cracks everywhere you can. You can see why gloves are so important to protect you from the acid. You want to be able to get to the piece. And then right when you're done, just kind of do a quick inside. You see how all that pulled? I told you it would do the inside anyway, and it did. Just go around one more time. Let it go. That's it. This whole process took about 3 or 4 minutes to put in. I'm just gonna now, the hard part, you just let it sit for about however dark you want it to be. We like ours to sit for about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And then you're gonna come back, and I'll show you this step later. You're gonna take this water with the baking soda, you're gonna pour it on, and what it's gonna do, it's gonna stop the stain just like that. You rinse it off, you let it dry, and then you're gonna seal coat it. But when you rinse it off, you're gonna see exactly what your planter is gonna look like. And as crazy as this looks right now, wait till you see when it's done. Okay, this has been, I think we let this one go almost 2 hours. Like I said, the longer you let it, the more depth of color. Now we're gonna take the baking soda water and just put it on, and it's gonna stop any chemical reaction. Just apply it liberally. It's not hard to do. You can see I'm just kind of taking it easy with it. I'm gonna float over. But what you're gonna see now, when it's wet, is this finished look. This is what it'll look like once you seal it, but make sure you get everything. I just use my gloves a little bit, kind of make sure it's getting it around. I'll go around this side. And then once I have that baking soda on, I then switch to just plain old water. Do the same thing, just kind of rinse it off, trying to stop that chemical reaction, and it will not any longer stain. But there you go, you see that from that original concrete to what this looks like now, all these mottled colors. Really a great way to dress up your planters. It takes minutes.